Hello friends, my name is Habib. Today we're going to learn how to make reveal effects using HTML, CSS and jQuery. So first, open up your browser and VS Code. And before I watch this video, make sure you have a basic knowledge of HTML, CSS and JavaScript. So anyways, let's get started. Search for jQuery.com. Now once you've done that, click on this download jQuery button. Compressed. Now once you've done that, click on Control A, Control C to copy everything, and then VS Code, File, Open Folder, Documents, New Folder, and name this new folder reveal effects reveal effect. Select folder. Now once you've done that, create a new file, index.html and index.js. Now we're going to be doing all our styling in the HTML, but doing your styling in the HTML is not recommended. So if you're building an official application, it is not recommended to do your styling in the HTML. But if you're just creating a very small application, then you can do it, but it's really not good. Create a new file named jq.js, short for jQuery, to paste everything. I should have whatever. Save, and then link your HTML to the JavaScript. Now once you've done that, I will close this. Also link your HTML to the jQuery. Save. Now once you've done that, go to extensions. Now search for live server. Now if you haven't installed it, for this project will be using live server. So go to extensions, live server, and then click on the install button if you haven't installed it yet. Once it's finished installing, you're going to see the small go live button. Then you can click that to run your server. Live server basically does that. It makes it so that we won't have to keep reloading every time we make a change. But if you can't install live server in your code editor, like if you're using something like Vim, then instead of that you can right click, copy paste. Or another way to do it is that you can click on this and then press Ctrl O and then navigate to your project. Yeah, but you get what I mean. It's not really my project. So anyways, now that we've done that, it's time for the main thing. First, create a h1 with an ID of h. This I don't know. Yeah. This h1 is going to be the thing that we do the reveal effect on. So get style position. I'll set the position to absolute. I'll set the top to 0. I'll set the top to 0, the right to 0, the left to 0, and lastly the bottom to 0. Slash h1. Now I can save this, and now you see we can't see anything. So I'm going to give it a background color of crimson just as a placeholder. Now what this does is that it allows us to cover the entire screen with it. Well, not really the entire screen, but close enough. So anyways, now that we've done that, it's time to create the actual, effect. Now to create the actual effect, I have to go to our index.js. Document.onMouseMove is equal to E what is this? Is that, when the mouse moves, I write x equals to e.clientx, which is the x position of the mouse, times 100 divided by window.inner height, inner width I meant. What this does is that this x variable, it is going to store the percentage of the mouse, So like this is 0%, and then this is 100%, and this is 0%. So what this will do is that it will get the mouse position, and then it will turn it into a percentage based on where it is in the, based on its x position. So like this is 0%, this is 100%, and this is 50%. But this is only for the x position. So I'm going to do the same thing for the y position. If you want to do the same thing for the y position, you just have to do e.client. You just have to change this to e.client y and change this to window.inner height instead. Now this basically does the same thing. It gets where the mouse is on the y-axis and then turns to a percentage. Like this is 0%, this is 100%, this is 50%. Oh, I don't know. Now, once we use our percentages, you might be wondering what we need these percentages for. Well, using jQuery, I'll look at this hashtag h thing, which is this thing. The hashtag h is what we're going to do a reveal effect on. So the CSS, I'm going to set the background. I'll set the background, and then we'll set it to a radial gradient. Now, radial gradient is just kind of like a circle thing. Yeah. And then transparent 14%, and then comma white 18%. Wait, what? Yeah, the background colors, right? So I'm going to write crimson as a placeholder. Now you see that you create a small radial gradient, but we want to make this a circle, not an oval. So I'm going to write circle to set it to a circle. So this circle, it basically turns the radial gradient into a circle. Now you see that it transformed the radial gradient from an oval to a circle. Now there's this special @ property, which I can put pixels in it to define the gradient's position. I can change this. Let me set it to 1000 pixels. Or we could just use percentages, which is going to define how far across it is on the screen. So like, it's going to be halfway along the y-axis. Like this means it's going to be halfway along the x-axis and halfway along the y-axis. See? So now we want, we want to put, instead of doing this, you want to use this x and y. So I'll change this, equivalent to the tilde. And then I'll substitute these 50% for x and y. X percent, y percent. Now you see that this gradient follows our cursor. Cool. Now currently we need something so that to reveal the gradient. We need something to reveal. There's really nothing to reveal here. So I can make a div. And then this div, I will give it a style of, give it a background, give it a radial gradient of at 60%. No, I don't want to make a reveal effect with this tool. It's just styling. RGB 255, 186, 200, and then crimson. Now if we save this, now we can't see anything. That is because it doesn't have a background color yet. Wait, actually, I meant this because it does have a width and height yet. It does have a width and height defined for it. So we can set the width to like 250 pixels and then the height to like 250 pixels. Now we see you have this rectangle, but we want this to be a circle. I want this to be a circle, not a rectangle. So I'll set the border radius to like 100%, so that it can be fully circle. So anyways, I want to set the position to absolute, so that it won't be a part of the page. Absolute. And now tediously set the bottom to 30% and the right to 40%. But you see that there's a problem. This ball is over the the ball is over this reveal effect. We need the ball to be under this thing. So we have to change its z-index. I'll send the z-index to -1. Now, the ball is under it. Yeah. So now I am going to change the color. So I'm going to change this to, color picker, my best friend. I'll pick a nice shade of blue, make it light, copy the hex code, which is that, and then paste it, and then you save, and there, it works. Now I'm going to make the background to be darker, more D. So the style to background color hashtag 1A212E. How could I have possibly memorized that? I didn't. Now you see that it looks good enough. And then lastly, the title. H1 style is equal to text align center. I'll increase the font size. Reveal effect using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. reveal effect using CSS Js and JavaScript. Increase the index. Now I'm going to set a z index for this. I'll set the z index to 1, and I'll set this for z index to 2. Oh yeah. Reveal effects using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Ball. And then I'm going to change this thing's color to white. White, not wheat. I don't want to eat any wheat. Now I'm going to give it a nicer font. Varela round font. Again, always Varela round. Duh. Yeah. Yikes. Fonts. Selected families. Yeah. Varela round. Now, if I'm selected the font, this should be a plus. If this is a plus, then click it. But if you've selected it, it will appear here. Also, don't be intimidated by this. Just all the fonts I've selected over the years. Make an index of CSS, and then I'll. What is this? Why isn't this working? Stubborn thing. Now copy it again and paste it again, and then I'll set everything's font style Varela round, comma cursive. Now it doesn't really work now since I have to actually link the CSS file. Anyways, reload. Font style. Oh no, this is meant to be font family, not font style. Font family. Yeah, sometimes it makes things up. It's meant to be font family, not font style. Anyways, that is the end of today's video. Hope you enjoyed it. Subscribe to my channel, ObaCode. Bye.